I was a practicing attorney at the time, and I was the one that filed the application for articles of incorporation. So I was the attorney that organized, incorporated the organization in those years. Glazunova was the first one that saw the need for an organization that helped the elderly. And of all the organizations that I've ever been involved in, this I think is the most successful one, and I'm very proud of the fact that I was involved in getting it started. I was born and raised in San Francisco. My parents came from Vladivostok, and my father came in 1923. My mother came in 1928. There was, at that time, shortly after I was born in 31. I mean, there was a depression, and so the first Russian background organization that I had any contact with was a Russian day home, a children's nursery school. It used to be on Post and Scott Street. That helped me keep my Russian language ability, and so this is a wonderful thing about San Francisco, is that we have all these multiple languages that people are learning and studying. So my only connection with the Russian organization, corporation before that, was the Russian Center in San Francisco on Sutter Street. I mean, I was still a child when I don't remember the year that they organized that, but I've been going to the Russian Center Christmas parties, and when I grew up, I was going to their balls and dinners and things like that. So when Alexandra Glazunova came to San Francisco, she noticed that every other practically ethnic group in San Francisco, the Italians, the Greeks, the Chinese, the Japanese, they all had organizations to help the elderly. The Russians didn't have anything like that except social organizations. And she was the one that founded the Russian American Community Services, and it was a marvelous organization for all these years that helped not only the Russians, but all the residents of San Francisco who wanted to come visit. I think she must have found me because she probably heard that I was an attorney, and when she came and organized some kind of a meeting of people who might be interested in starting an organization, and she asked me to help with the incorporation of the organization, and I thought it was a wonderful. My parents were immigrants, and I always was proud of the fact that I could speak Russian. My mother sent me to Russian nursery school, Russian language school. As a child, I went to a church where they spoke only Slavonic. So I was always proud of my Russian heritage, but I always felt it was important also to learn English, and so I think it's the people who have a foreign language in their family, and if they don't pass it on to their children, they're depriving their children of a gift but they're also depriving our country of a valuable gift too. I think everybody that has a foreign language in their background, if they can, they should pass it on to their children. It's wonderful that in San Francisco we have all these organizations that perpetuate the foreign language and the customs of the various ethnic groups. I never expected that I would live long enough to be able to take advantage of the services of RACS, but believe me, I'm glad I did. So, and I'm glad that the food is marvelous. Everything is wonderful. I just love it. I'm very proud of it. I'm grateful that I'm still around, but this is one of the organizations that I'm proudest of, because it's lasted all these years, and it's not just Russian American, it's for all the ethnic groups in San Francisco. I don't think that people consider RACS only Russian anymore. I've seen so many Asian people here at dinner, and it's amazing. They used to have two sittings. I don't know if they still do. One earlier in the day, and starts about 11:30, and I think the other was about 12:30. And the Asians used to come in at the earlier sitting, and then the Russians would come in a little bit later. But everybody takes advantage of it. Not only Asians, only Russians, but I've seen every other nationality here. I think it's wonderful. I hope it can expand. Maybe get another building in addition to this one, not instead of, but in addition to. Because I think you're doing a wonderful job. I really do. And the food is wonderful. The interest in healthcare, the information that's spread about proper nutrition and healthcare and stuff, I think that's a wonderful thing that you're doing. I'm very proud of you.